Hi, everybody. This is a live, and it is Vicki Ross. I am your host today. I was looking through my face journal and found one I had not finished, so I wanted to do that today. And it was also a way to see if my casing dried up in my palette, which it did, but it seems to be coming back. Yeah, we're going to make it. I put some emulsion and some water on top of them. Yeah, that's working. Cool. It's not going to be as good as fresh, but I don't like throwing things away either. So if you're coming in on the replay, know that you can skip through some of this. I'm just going to diddle around till I've got somebody to talk to. Ah, there's Gail. I can talk. I've missed you. Everything okay? Oh, yeah, we're mixing up good now. Cool. Glad to know that. Did I miss somebody? Kitty? Oh, Kitty, hey. How are you? Get my phone hooked up here. I finally gave up my my cute big girl glasses. You know, not permanently, but I'm trying it. I'm wearing prescription readers that are for started to say hypochondriacs, but shoot, it'll come to me in a minute. Let me get over here on my channel. All right, there we are. Joycey, hey, hey. Yeah, you were first. I put a link up above the giveaway as soon as I hit 2,000 subscribers, which is about 150 or so away. Piece of art. I'm giving away the red girl that I did in the ZenZone Project. And, oh, I forgot to turn the thing off. Think. A handmade notebook. Handmade journal. And it's one of those crazy ones, you know, that does that. And some Arteza art alcohol markers and acrylic paint, metallic acrylic. So, total package cost is around 125, 100, and yeah, maybe it's 150. So anyway, the more you share it, what are we doing here, kid? What are we doing? Okay, I'm gonna go get the. I thought I had everything ready. Are y'all getting emails about notifications on YouTube lately? They stopped that from what I've been told, which is why viewership has gone down. Camera settings. It's what I've been told. Because people don't have it set up for push notifications through messages. Turn that off. Okay, it's going to go black. I'll be right back. Anyway, well, that's good. I'm glad to know somebody is. But anyway, you can get one entry for yourself just by registering, and for every other person, every other share that you send out, you get more. So, like if you share it on your Facebook page, you get 3 extra entries. So, that's how that's going to work. And it is live, and if it's not, let me know so I can fix it. I did my usual tracing. See if I can get it on here where y'all can see it and I can see it. And I was out a little bit on her on the side, this side of her face, and the lips were way off. So the eyes and the nose were close enough. So I picked the eyes and nose to key the mouth off of, because it was easier to move the mouth than it was to redraw those, and they're pretty close. So that's what I did. I think I just worked on this once. Trying to make myself a little raised place there. Hey, Joycey. Good to see you. There, go on. I had somebody tell me last week that they didn't enjoy the journaling videos. And then I had somebody else say that I don't enjoy the face videos. So what's a girl to do? It's what happens when you get a nice variety of people. Thank you. Have y'all checked out the Sunday projects yet? Where I give you all of the materials and source photos and everything you need. The new one every Sunday. The announcement is every Sunday. Yeah, I just about got it. Just about. Tweak it just a little. The announcement comes out on Sunday, and the supply link is live, and then the project comes out Monday. Use a little bit of this green. Now, why do you use green to turn a form? Anybody remember? Because a flesh tone is mostly red, reddish. And green is the complement of red. So if you gray it down a little bit, that edge will appear to turn. Okay? A lot of people don't do that. That's something I learned from one of my portrait instructors. Makes sense when you think about it. I'm back with casein today because that's what I started her in. Here's my picture. I was expecting this palette to stink to high heaven when I opened it because it's the milk protein in the binder, but it didn't. I'm going to put a little bit of red here. Warm that skin up a little bit. I tell you, the only time I got stink was when my water jar sat undisturbed for a while, but this did not. The palette didn't. Except for that little drawing issue, she's really pretty good. I saw a cute picture of Cole the other day, Joycey. Little boys are so cute. And remember, when you use your, I'm not going to call it a cheat aid because everybody does it. Everybody does it. Not everybody admits that they do it. I mean, there are some cases where they don't, but if they're doing a real, I mean, a very professional photo painting, they'll use a source to check their drawing. And anyway, always look for something that's close to right. I had too much water in my brush. Because you don't want to redo the whole face. So by turning it just a little bit, I was able to get the nose and the eyes correct. So I only had to change the mouth. But like I said, if I had to change the mouth, if I kept the mouth, because it was way over here, I'd have to change all the eyes and the nose. So a little lesson there. I love painting dark skin because it's got so much more character. Sorry, girls. That's the truth. Double check it again. Now, eyes, it's hard to see with this particular light. Eyes and nosy. Yeah, that's good. Oh, I forgot to show y'all the geisha from last week. I finished her, but I did, I filmed it. Isn't she pretty? And this one, which was not the one I did for the casing competition, it's Jack Richardson's 75. That's what they call it. There were way over 500 entries, and this one was chosen in the top 75. Didn't win an award, but you know what? Getting in the top 75 is something. But they didn't like my one that I did for real. So working on these in this book has been good for me. So I quit entering competitions quite a while ago because I find myself only painting for the competition and not for practice or fun. And it got real expensive. This one was really inexpensive. I think it was, gosh, I don't remember now. I know the extra, you were allowed one extra. That was $10. I want to say it was somewhere around 70, and they gave you all of the supplies you needed with the casing. And I figured that would be an easy way to get started in casing, which is what I wanted. Wanted to do. It's for those of you who are new, casing is a water-based media similar to gouache, and it's opaque. And after it has cured for a while, it becomes somewhat permanent. You can't redissolve it. I have to cut your legs, Gail. I've got a bad one too, and I am sure resistant having surgery. I'm back. Sorry about that. You'd think after as many years as I've worked with laptops, I would remember that they need electricity. Yeah. So I'm just trying to establish these lighter lines and then I can work back into them. Lighter areas. I'm lightly glazing over that reddish color, which will make it show, it will allow it to shine through, but it's not as obvious, I should say. This is how you paint a highlight because it's so gradual. You see it goes from dark to a reddish to a goldish to a lighter goldish, and the final little bit in the middle is white. That's what makes it look real. What else do I do that y'all enjoy? I take suggestions. I haven't done much journaling lately. Tomorrow I'm taking Robin McClendon's scripting class. Now, like with wash, when you feel yourself dissolving the underlayers, dry it. I'm going to let that dry. And I need the same thing up here. Yes, it's pretty good when you forget which one's the picture. Of course, it's easy to tell because I've got these wild colors in here. Well, I can do some oil. I know there's not too many people that do that. In this crowd, I'm trying to break into some more art-y related, so it'll make me up my game a little bit. Look, cad bread. Never hurt anybody. You'll get your time back. I've been beating myself up lately over not producing more. And I've been learning Procreate. Did anybody see my little video from the other night where I was playing? I'll show you. I think you can see it good. Isn't that fun? Oops, there was some more. I guess that's it. Like I need another medium. My dad's not long for this world, I don't think. I think he's just about given up. He can't see. His heart's bad. He doesn't want to have it looked at or fixed anymore. But he's 94 now. So, and I worry about Mom after he's gone. She won't have anybody to fuss over. No, I'm not being cold-blooded. It's just life. That's the way it goes. I mean, if somebody's miserable, why do I put my needs to keep them above their needs to go? It's like Ruth Bader Ginsburg. I would hate to think that she forced herself to stay because we all wanted her to. And it's time. It's time. Y'all back up. Yeah, it's kind of God. Yeah, she didn't, from all appearances, didn't think she was finished here. So, yeah, I guess my point is it's just not up to me to make that decision for somebody else. But I guess we better get off that topic, make somebody mad. I don't know what happened that time. I just looked up and it was dark. I keep doing the same thing over and over. Got a little damp spot there. A little bit. We watched a cute movie the other night. Um, Tommy Lee Jones and Morgan Freeman. I don't remember the name of it, but it was at a retirement center in somewhere in the desert, Arizona or New Mexico. It was really funny. It was good. I mean, it's not going to win any awards by any chance, but it was entertaining, which is just what we needed. She's going to come together. May not look like it now, but I'm just having fun blending colors and glazing, just seeing what I can get. This should be, everything underneath it should be sealed and dry. So it's been a long time. Maybe it is that it's just sort of permanent, not literally permanent. Now, by putting white under where the highlight is, it will take the color better. I don't have to fight the dark color underneath. I think I've got her eyebrows too high too. Well, I know I do. Bye-bye. Y'all aren't getting the glare I am. Do without that little red chunk in there. Wipe it on my towel. If I were doing this as a professional type deal, I would have probably put out all new paint. I think that's where this journal has really helped me, is because it's okay, you know, it's take risks, practice. Or if you set up a great big canvas, it feels more like you're serious. Yeah, we need to turn off the crap on TV occasionally. And last night, as a matter of fact, yesterday, Randy, I don't know, got up and went outside, and I was way deep into my Procreate lessons. So I turned the TV off and turned on Pandora. And I sat there till 7 o'clock. He had a friend come over and smoke a cigar in the back. It was 8 o'clock when we finally settled down. And that's one of the things I enjoy about my studio too, is that I can get in here and turn my music on, and it may 3 or 4 hours may pass. But I can't do that with talking and everything. A little bit of that bread right in here. Now I've taken away some of the fullness on her cheek or on her lips, but I'm going to get that back. Gail, about the permanence, it is supposed to be permanent. But I don't know that there's any real information on if it has to do with how much of the binder you use, or if you water it down thin, or if you use it like gouache. I don't know. However, yeah, I did have a couple of spots that kind of seemed soft. What you been working on, Deb? Okay, I think it's time. I've been holding the phone. Hear me? Hello? Yeah, you can. Just told me I was off. I'm using StreamYard. Usually it's very dependable. All right, I'm going to get a smaller brush and work on her eyes a little bit. That's usually when one comes to life. Nitty bitty. Just a cheapo. I don't use good brushes for casing. It's not the medium, it's how you put the medium on that is kind of dangerous for your brushes. You know, the scumbling and the heavy brushing that I do. Where with watercolor, you're just barely touching brush paper and you're letting the water do the work for you. Pick the phone back up. Uh-oh. I did not mean to delete anybody. Hi, Gail. Thanks for dropping in. And I did not hide you either. I'm holding my phone, and if you just touch it, it brings up a menu thing of hide, unlock, or whatever, all that stuff. And if I'm not paying attention, it's easy. Let's see, her mouth is... Get the fullness back up. She's sassy. Ooh, I'll be anxious to hear how you like them, Deborah. I've had my set since 2005, back when it was first presented at the pastel convention. And I was really surprised that the craft, I hate calling it craft, because y'all paint just as good. But that's what everybody calls it. When everybody started getting it for their journals and stuff like that. I get some real cool marks off pan pastel on a jelly plate. I'll get it out in a minute. little richness. Alrighty, now I need a little whitish. Always kind of be mindful of when you're around the hairline. The hairline is not just a line of skin and then black. It's not a sharp line, because here in the front where all the little short hairs are, you can see skin. So you got to keep that edge real soft. See how I'm scrubbing with my brush? That's what wears them out. See how I just kind of snuck up on that whitish color? Highlight. Now it's all blended except for right there. And down here we're pretty good. When I worked on this the first time, I got too dark too early. It's easier to lighten things than it is to dark. I mean, it's easier to dark and light things than, you know what I mean. I'm going to cover that whole red area, glaze that a little better. Wow, that's a hard job, isn't it? Bringing up the value. Well, if you ever have any questions, be sure and message me. I'll be glad to help you. I never used them a whole lot in pastel painting because I'm more of a painterly pastel artist. I don't do everything's perfectly smooth and photorealistic. And the nature of those, that's what they're kind of used for or designed for. I've got a picture on their website, though, where I use the pan pastels mostly, and then used a few stick pastels to get the chunky mark that I like to make. Okay, lady. Messed that up, didn't you? It's okay, because I think her mouth is off a little bit. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm having trouble getting this spot brought up light enough. So I'm going to go way lighter, let it dry, and then come back in and tone it down. Tricks. Okay, put the phone down. Oh, I'm so tickled to hear that, Deborah. A lot of what I spout is stuff that I had to learn by hook or crook. Because at that time, of course, there wasn't an internet 15, 20 years ago. I mean, there was, but you didn't get what you got now. I started in 02, and the internet didn't really start getting going until 2009, where you could use it predictably. So what we had then was artists would travel, and they would do workshops. And each workshop then, for a 2-3 day workshop, could be $100 a day, so $300 or $400, depending on who it was. And then, of course, you eat out while you're doing it, and then the next thing you know, you've bought a DVD or something from them. I mean, it's easy to spend $600 or $700. Some people travel. I sponsored a workshop once for Charles Reed, the watercolorist, and I had people who flew in from New York. So, but anyway, a full week workshop can run $600 to $800, and that's how we got our training. Unless you went to art school, and you didn't do art school for this kind of painting. So I'd pick up something from one instructor, and then here would come another one to town, and I would take that one because I didn't know when I'd ever be able to do it again. And all these teachers have their different ways of explaining things and what they tell you. And one will tell you, don't ever do that again. And the next one will say, who told you that? That's the way I do it. So you paint enough and you finally get where you know what is what's right for you. And you have to at some point, you have to spend a lot of time in your studio to practice all the things you've learned. All of my mentors are the ones I really trusted are gone now. Well, those lips are pretty close. So it's my turn, I guess, to be the mentor. And you don't mentor, we didn't, I mean, back then, I sound like I'm 200 years old. If you took some lessons from somebody, it was not a guarantee that they would mentor you. It had to be a relationship. Okay, now her nose is right at the corner of the eye, and I don't have it big enough. But I've studied under some greats. Is that better? Getting closer. And now you can get everything free on the internet. Okay, I need some more rosy, brighten these lips up. But that's real painting too. That's not so much workshops that expensive for crafting and scrapbooking and all that. I missed all of that stuff because I was too busy learning how to paint. And I found that some teachers were really, really good at teaching, and some were better off doing a demo, and you have to pick it out for yourself. Can't see it. Okay, let me see what y'all are talking about. That lower lip's beginning to look pretty good. You know, I used to be able to stand up and paint for hours, which is, of course, the best way to paint because you've got more freedom of movement. But the older I get, and the less I move around, which is, let's put it this way, I have never been physical, running or walking or. Now I'll cut back into that. Make that line just a glimmer. Don't ever think that your line, you have to nail it the first time. It doesn't work that way. You put it on and then come back on top of it, cover most of it up. But I sits now. My favorite place to paint is sitting in my chair. Okay, now. I wish I could show y'all how I paint faces and stuff in oil, but you'd be bored to tears. It sometimes takes, I can paint for a couple hours on one part of a face, but I'm a more realistic, not photorealistic, but I like smooth skin tones. Hi, baby, you're coming right along. I need to give you a little more red right out here. Another one of those little goober balls. You're going for that. Boop, 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 boop. And I have to keep reminding myself that this is for fun. It does not have to be an accurate. It's not a commission. Ooh, she's beginning to come to life now. Well, I'll round y'all in. There's folks here that weren't there before. Up at the top of the chat is a link to my giveaway. If you help me get to 1,900 subscribers, you get an extra entry in a drawing for an original painting and some Marchesa supplies. And eventually, it's in the plan to, look how that just sunk in, for me to have a Patreon channel, and over there I can do full length. I use a little thicker white now. And don't forget about the Sunday things with ZenZone. I give you free packets of all the supplies, and I don't give you the supplies, but I give you a list of what I'm using. So that's kind of a fun thing. Hadn't caught on real good yet, but it will. I'm going to check those lips again. Let's see what time it is. It's almost 5. Pretty close. Try to get a balance between that one over here. Help if you get some pigment on it. Get some paint on it. Get off me. The little red dots. Well, maybe. Now the eyes need a little bit of shadow. They already kind of have it. And make them come to life. She's going to get another session. When this lip comes on out. which is what makes that come out. Yeah, she's definitely getting another session. Yeah, I've got, no, that's about right. This is lower. Minor, minor, minor. It's a little bit softer. Okay. Put a little white, a little straight white. Right where the high point of the eye is. That makes you have just a little bit of sparkle right there where wet would be. But her lips a little too dark. Yeah, I've got that off. Try to lighten that a little bit more. And that's thin, so it will soften. Better, better. Excuse me for my head. It's close. Close, close. Not like that. Okay. See, I hadn't even tackled those yet. But I've about reached my limit. Still see eyebrow. When you catch yourself just potzing around, it's time to quit. So this eye gets just like I'm doing right now. This eye gets a highlight right here, and it gets a little bit more right there. It's just a back and forth process. If y'all ever want to paint any faces, Sketchy, it's an app. They have some wonderful free, royalty-free photos. SKI, I'll get it wrong. SKIT, no. SKIT, shit. One of the letters is left out. How about that? I'm not happy with the color around her muzzle. A little bit too dark and chalky. Better. Still fading, but it's holding. This is too. And I'm sure that has to do with the way I'm putting it on, because I'm putting it on thin instead of impasto. If I get an urge to work on her some more, if I don't go live with it, I'll be sure and tape it so you can see it. Like the Chinese girl from, or the Japanese girl from last week. She is in the camera. Well, actually, she's on the computer, but I had to order some new electronic stuff because my ports on my computer didn't want to play nice with the camera. And my desktop computer, my old desktop, iMac, can't run the software because it's too old. So I've ordered a new adapter. I think that will fix the problem. Then I'll be back in business. Now I've got her. Maybe not. No, she's pretty good. I was checking this axis. And this is the one I pulled out to work on today, so we'll do it next week. And I'm going to, the paint that I had left over from the acrylic, this one, this is acrylic. That's an applique, a stencil. The paint that I had left over on the palette from that, I just smeared all over these pages with some coffee. That one's still way too bright, but look how pretty this is. And I got a better one. Look, looky, looky. That'd be a great background. That one's not too bad, but this guy could use some more, use another session too. That's just a one session job. These are kind of interesting. I got a lot more to go for this book. So I think I'm going to bail. It's about time for an adult Kool-Aid. I don't want the computer to get, or when they take a picture for the thumbnail, it sometimes gets kind of weird. So anyway, I'll leave it like that, and maybe if I haven't already captured it. She's looking a lot better. Alrighty. I will see you guys next Tuesday, unless I have a wild hair to do a live, which I might. You never know. So just watch your emails and get your push notifications on so you get a text. And I will see you the next time I'm on here. Okay? Hope y'all don't have any questions. There she is. There she is. Okay, I'm going to end it now. Bye.